I think probably one of the worst things that happen in our society is the day that we begin to look at our own selves, stand next to someone else who we think is doing better than us, and compare our journey with theirs. The reason I bring this up is from the time each of us were born. Of course, all of us know this, maybe whether or not we found it. Each of us were born with a specific purpose, meaning there was something for us to do. God didn't just place us here and have nothing for us. I mean, I don't care how regular you feel. I don't care how common you feel. There is a purpose for your existence, right? God didn't just make you by mistake. So when he put you here on this earth, that means there was a specific path, a specific journey, a specific race that was designed just for you. Now, early on, rather should I say, I had this journey that I was always curious. No, God, what is the purpose that I'm here for? You know, each of us probably go through a phase or that step where we're always kind of curious. And this one night I had this dream, and I think this was his way of answering that question. And in the dream, I was walking through a mall, me and a friend of mine. I don't even know where the mall was. It was a humongous mall. It was a lot of my peers there, a lot of kids my age. And as we were going through the mall, I noticed in the middle, there was a set of stairs that went from the first level up to the top. And there was a bunch of kids. They were hanging off the balconies, you know, having a good time. And as I'm sitting there, my eyes are looking at amazement at how many kids were on this step. And as we're looking and everybody's talking to each other, you know, we're hollering, hey, what's up? All of a sudden, the stairs begin to detach from the ground and begin to slowly spin in a merry-go-round like fashion, begin to spin. And at first it was real slow and everybody was having fun. Oh, y'all, this is fun. And it felt like fun, but all of a sudden the stairs began to turn fast and they got turbulent and they got violent. And as it's getting violent, a lot of kids are now flying off the sides. They're flying off the rails and they're dying in the process. And just as abruptly as it started, it stopped. Boom. Instantly, I ran and I got in a position and I was like, my guy that was with me, I was like, well, what do we do? And I heard this voice speak that said, speak life, get in position to speak life. So instantly, both of us ran and we got on the rails as the kids were now coming down and I'm encouraging, get off the ride. And I'm speaking, live, I live. And I'm telling each of them to live as they're coming down. Didn't have a deep message for them, but I positioned myself in a way that let them know that, hey, you can live. For me, I realized that was the beginning of the race that God had set for me to live. That God gave me this vision that I was to get in position and to help young people to be able to live through life circumstances, because something about life, y'all who've been young, you know how this works. A lot of what we did when we first got started seemed like it was fun, but the end result, a lot of young kids have lost their life along the way of life, going behind things that weren't what they seem. So you always need people like us that are in the path, that are encouraging them in a different way. For me, that's the race. I quit comparing my ministry with those that were next to me that seemed to be bigger giants. I don't compare myself with who's going viral and who's not and how many likes and shares I have, because that's my race. What makes it efficient is that I give what God has given me to give to others so that I can stay true to myself. And I tell you, the day I took my eyes off of everyone else around me, focused my energy on myself, then I began to see things for me beginning to take off, begin to see doors opening for ministry. I begin to network and counteract with people never in my wildest imagination I would have seen possible. When God gave me the vision, I knew what I had to lose, and that was the life of young people. But as I began to take steps forward, I realized how much more I had to gain in helping impact the generation. So you stay true to the race that God has given you. You stay true to your purpose. Even when you get weak, that's natural. That's part of life. But don't stop moving one step at a time. Until you check out on this journey, I want to encourage you. This race is not given to the swift. It's a race of endurance. Be blessed.